Hey guys, Ryan from the Critic here with a new review for you. This time, it is Palm Springs on Hulu.
Good day so far? Today, tomorrow, it's all the same.
You! What is going on? Hey, get out of the water!
Guess you followed me. It's one of those infinite time loop situations you might have heard about. The second you fall asleep, it all just goes back to the start.
I drove all the way back home to Austin, and I still woke up here.
One time I smoked a bunch of crystal and made it all the way to Equatorial Guinea. It was a huge waste of time.
Palm Springs is the newest romantic comedy on Hulu, produced by The Lonely Island, starring Andy Samberg, along with Christina Miliotti, J.K. Simmons, Peter Gallagher, and many others in a very strong time loop film, very similar to Groundhog Day, with a few different twists in between. I like time loop movies, I like sci-fi in general, but when it comes to comedies trying to be a Groundhog Day type movie, I'm usually pretty hesitant. I think it's easier to make, say, a Source Code or an Edge of Tomorrow than it is to make something like Groundhog Day, because Groundhog Day is still held in such high regard all these years later. I actually re-watched it right after I watched Palm Springs, and it's still a really great movie. I love Groundhog Day. Bill Murray is fantastic. The supporting cast around him is also great, which is the key to this kind of movie. And watching Palm Springs, it felt just like how I felt watching Groundhog Day for the very first time. It is not a Groundhog Day clone. The first-time director, and I believe the first-time writer as well, did a fantastic job of making this film feel completely different than any other time loop movie that you have seen. I don't want to get into the specifics, even though the trailer does give some of it away, and I did show you some of the trailer, as well as the movie kind of gives you everything you need to know about the main premise within the first 20 minutes. But it is about characters stuck in a time loop at a wedding that repeats over and over and over again. Time loop movies can be mundane if not done correctly, and this film is all but mundane. It is inherently rewatchable. I watched it twice before I reviewed it. It is extremely funny. The film grows on you over time to actually making you want to rewatch it and go, oh, okay, so if this was happening, maybe I need to go back because maybe this character was going through this that I actually didn't realize. It does have some predictability. There's some stuff in the story that you can predict, but there's a lot of stuff that I didn't see coming, and I really enjoyed that. I think Andy Samberg, in the right comedy, is fantastic, and he is a leading actor. Christina Miliotti, who's most known for being the mother in How I Met Your Mother, is a fantastic actress, and I'm very happy he's finally getting her due in a great comedy. And like Groundhog Day, this has a fantastic supporting cast. The people getting married at this wedding are Tyler Hoechlin and Camila Mendes. Also, you know, Superman from Supergirl and Veronica from Riverdale. So you have some known TV actors. Peter Gallagher from The OC and Mr. Deeds is her father. The whole cast is very funny. They all have small moments to shine. There's a lot of really good people. J.K. Simmons is a standout in every scene that he's in this movie. I pleasantly enjoyed seeing him when he popped up, and he's kind of an antagonist, and it worked so well. He's great when he has these small antagonist roles. He's pretty much great in everything. He's one of the best character actors of the past 20 years. But I just loved him in this movie. I can't say anything really that negative about the movie other than it's a little predictable, and I don't necessarily know if it's gonna win you over if you hate time loop movies. If you hate movies that are about repeating a day over and over again, I don't know if this will win you over. I think it might, but I have no way of knowing that. I can't confirm that. I didn't get a census group or anything. It's hard, you know, with the mask. I've loved this movie. I think this movie is fantastic. I think it's the best movie on streaming next to The Five Bloods. And if you don't really want to watch The Five Bloods, or you've already watched The Five Bloods, give Palm Springs a chance. Watch Palm Springs. I already know it's the highest rated movie ever on Hulu. It's the most watched ever on Hulu in a weekend, opening weekend. This film was actually bought at Sundance Film Festival in January, and it was bought for a record $17.5 million and 60 cents or something, and it deserves it. I would have seen this in theaters 100%, but I think for Hulu, especially in the time that we're in right now, that was the best decision that they ever made, because this is going to put eyes on Hulu in a way that they don't really have, because their originals, they have Handmaid's Tale, and they have like Future Man, a couple other shows. I know people really like Little Fires Everywhere. My mom doesn't shut up about it. But they don't really have movies. They have like a couple of movies, but nobody's like, I'm going to Hulu to watch their new movie. Now you have that. You have this and your Big Time Adolescence, which I also reviewed. I really enjoy that movie. I think Palm Springs blows it out of the water. I highly recommend Palm Springs. I would give Palm Springs a 9 out of 10. I have very little bad to say about this movie. I love this movie. This might be my favorite Andy Samberg movie. I love Popstar, but this is so good. I rewatched it. It's not like, oh, I just watched it and I have a little bit of recency bias. I watched it twice. And the second time, I kind of liked it more. I had more of an appreciation for it, and it's shot really well. It's extremely well lit. I love the lighting in this movie. It's very natural, but it looks really good in every scene. And the editing is fantastic. It's some of the best writing I've seen in a comedy in a while. Check this movie out if you haven't. Check out Palm Springs. I can't recommend it higher. All right, guys, that was my review. I'm gonna have a couple more reviews out in the next couple of days, and I'm gonna have my DC rankings video out very soon, so please check back for that. All right, guys, I'll see you next time for another video.